I'm done with that jersey. Every single time I wear that jersey, we play like shit. I'm done with that jersey. What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here. And what the hell? We've had 4 losses this season in the Premier League. 2 of them have come from 2 of the worst teams in the league. And the frustrating thing about this one especially is because this is on a weekend where we have a chance to do something. You know who's playing tomorrow? I think we all do. It's the Manchester Derby. 2 teams who are above us who have had a lot of difficulty dropping points this season. This is our chance. This is our chance to get back into the title race. Because right now everybody's like, oh, it's just a 2-horse race. It's just the 2 Manchester clubs. You know, they're the only ones that have a chance this season. This was our chance to say, no, we're in with a shout as well. Because we pick up 3 points, one of those 2 teams are dropping points this weekend. Don't know who it's going to be yet, but somebody's going to. And if they draw, now they both drop points, and now we get even closer to both of them. But first we got to take care of our business at West Ham, who's been absolutely terrible this season. They had a decent game against Man City last weekend, but you know what? Man City still dominated the game. It's just Adrian kept West Ham in the game for most of it. But I mean, they still didn't look great. They just looked better defensively. So what do we got to do? Well, just don't let them score early, and then we can take it to them. What do? We let them score early, and then we don't take it to them. And so guess what? We lose. And the answer is obvious to me. Like, I don't know why all of these sports analysts, I think I've already given this speech once or twice, within the last couple seasons. With all the sports analysts you have, with all the coaches you have, all these people who should be super intelligent about the game, how can you not look at this lineup and say, hey, we've got some problems here? Because you just played a midweek game. What does that mean? You need to make some changes. How many changes did he make? 1. Who did he take out? One of our most energetic players in Victor Moses. That's a problem. That is a huge freaking problem. You take out one of your most energetic players, and what did we lack today? Energy. We had no freaking energy. Let me tell you what the lineup should have been. Courtois in goal, obviously. Azpilicueta, Christensen, Rudiger, because Cahill cannot play 2 90-minute games within a week. It's just not possible. Rudiger should come in for Cahill anytime we've got 2 games in a week. Alonso, Moses. Zappacosta, he's not a bad player, but he's not going to be able to keep up with the pace that West Ham have down the wings. So Moses goes in because he's got more pace. Alonso comes in because he didn't play midweek, so he got to rest. He still wasn't good today, but I mean, that's just the general decision there. Conte, Fabregas in the midfield. Let's go 2 in the middle. Bakayoko played midweek. Drinkwater's not available, so yeah. Let's go 2 in the middle. Conte, Fabregas, that should be fine. Pedro, Hazard, Batshuayi. Problem solved. You've got Pedro up there who will already provide a little bit more help for Hazard so he's not so isolated. And then Batshuayi comes in because Morata's played, what was it, like he started 7 games in a row or something like that over the past 3 weeks. How about we give him a break? But no, one change. Moses comes out, Alonso comes in, so now it's Alonso and Zappacosta, and we just have no energy. So problem number 1, the coach, Antonio Conte, the tactical genius that won us the title last season, has been making some stupid decisions this season. And he made another one today. And it cost us the game. It cost us all 3 points against a West Ham side that got crushed by Everton 4-0 just 2 weeks ago. And now they're beating us. We lost to a Crystal Palace side who hadn't even scored a goal all season. And they beat us 2-1. We are the freaking champions of England. Why don't we play like it? Why don't we put out a team that's not exhausted from midweek? Why don't we put out a team that's going to put out some effort? instead of a team that's going to give away an early goal and then not have enough energy to even test Adrian today. He had to make one good save. Last weekend, when Man City went down a goal, how many times did they test him? He had to make 6 saves, and they were all great saves. How many saves did he make today? I think 2, and one of those was a good save. And then later on in the game, we finally start getting some chances. Murata misses, Hazard misses. We're wasting our chances now. Now we're Liverpool. Heck, we already are Liverpool. We're losing to the teams we should be beating. That is Liverpool in a nutshell. We are freaking Liverpool. We're not going to win a freaking title for Liverpool. It's stupid. I'm some 23-year-old American living across the sea. Americans don't know anything about football. Guess what? I can tell you what our problem was today. We had a team that didn't have enough energy because the coach didn't make enough decisions. The coach didn't make enough changes. The coach brought out people who we need out there because of their energy. We needed Moses out there today from the start. We needed Willian out there from halftime. But no, we wait. We don't put Moses on at the start. We decide to sub him in. That's already one sub you've wasted. A sub that we could have used to make another attacking decision. We could have brought in Batshuayi, 2 strikers up top. Now we have to waste the sub because we need Moses in. That's a waste of a sub. Willian should have been on from halftime. I don't mind seeing Pedro come in because, frankly, we needed more attack, but Willian should have been the one to come on. Because Willian's the one that we need. He's got the energy. He's the one that's going to make the defense work. But no, we wait. Now there's only, 27 minutes left when he came in? That's too late. The defense is already bunkered in for West Ham. They don't care about his pace anymore. At halftime, he comes in, he starts putting them under pressure. Well, now they're tired. Now they're running backwards. Now they've got to track him back. But no, we wait 20 minutes later. Okay, now let's get him in. That's too long. So yeah, overall, obviously, I think we're all pissed. I think we're all rightfully pissed about this game. Because this should have been an easy game. This should have been the easiest game of our season. Don't get me wrong, West Ham, they started to step back up. They needed to step back up because they were playing terribly. But this is a game we should have put to bed early. We should have put their defense under pressure, created some chances, scored a goal early, and then they fall apart. But instead, we're sloppy from the start, we're slow from the start, we give them an early goal, and then boom, there's a bust. So let's talk about individual performances. Courtois, not much he can do on the goal. It was well placed in the corners, so this is one of those instances where, I'm not going to say he should have made the save because, frankly, it's more the defense. The defense has got to step up in those moments and make sure that he's not able to have a free shot like that. On the goal, just really quick talking about the problems. First of all, Cahill sloppy to allow Antonio to get past him, which sets up this attack, which leads, he beats Cahill. Conte manages to step in and poke the ball away, leads to the throw-in. Throw-in comes in, Conte's not tracking his man, Cahill's not tracking his man, Christensen steps in, then gets 1-2 to round. Espilicueta doesn't step close enough to Arnautovic when he gets the ball back. I mean, it's just all around the field. It's the type of defending that led to our 10th place finish three seasons ago. That type of defending that, this person steps and then gets beat, and then this person steps and then he gets beat, and then this person steps and then he gets beat. Instead of, he steps while this guy's stepping with his man so that way the pass isn't on, while this guy is making sure that a 1-2 isn't on. No, they're not stepping as a team. They're not pressing as a team. They're pressing one at a time. And that leads to simple pass, goal. And honestly, West Ham's movement, it's embarrassing because they're showing us how we should be playing. That movement, none of that up top. There's no movement, and so our passes end up being, we have to pass, and then touch, find a pass, touch. So slow, West Ham is like, hey, I know, we've got this figured out. Let's move. And so they move, and then it's just easy because our defense is stagnant, and they're not tracking runs. They're just standing as it's passed around them. We were getting shown how to play football by West Ham. That's how bad this was, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Espilicueta and Christensen, aside from the goal, played pretty well defensively. Both of them had to make some difficult runs. They had to tracked some very fast players as well, and had to make up for a lot of mistakes from Alonso and Cahill and Zappacosta. So, yeah, I thought both of them defensively played pretty well. I was kind of disappointed with Aspilicueta, though, because it felt like there were too many instances where he was slowing down the play on the attack. He'd get the ball and then look to dump it in. And because they've got 5 players inside the box alone, yeah, we're not going to cross it to anybody. Nobody's going to beat 5 players. Well, somebody could, but he's gone now. So, yeah, dumping the ball in like that doesn't really help us. And especially because you touch, and then send the ball in. They've had plenty of time to track Morata's run, so it was kind of a waste on the attack. So I was disappointed with the Spilicueta there, but defensively, obviously, did pretty well. Cahill created a lot of the chances for West Ham with, terrible tracking of runs. He dives into challenges and gets turned so easily. Yeah, typical Cahill. Alonso on the left side didn't bring anything. Zappacosta on the right side didn't bring anything. Between the two, though, Zappacosta gave the ball away more, so I'll say he had the worst game. In the middle, Bakayoko, low on confidence because he's had some pretty poor games, so let's start him again, second game in a row within 4 or 5 days, because, that makes a lot of sense. And yeah, another low confidence game, giving the ball away. His touch is bad. There's one point where the throw-in comes in and it's right to him, and instead of getting it out, tries to take a touch, rolls off his foot right to Arnautovic, and all of a sudden I'm having Liverpool flashbacks. So yeah, he's low on confidence right now. I don't understand why he's playing so much then. I get you want to try to build that confidence back up, but you build that confidence up with cameo appearances. He comes off the bench, he plays well, that confidence starts to build up. He starts to get a bit better. Look at Willian. He started off the season poorly. He's gotten some cameo appearances where he's done well, and now everybody's talking about him like he's one of our better players again because he's gotten that confidence back. So I don't know why Bakayoko isn't getting that same treatment, but for whatever the case, yeah, he hurt us in the midfield today with some sloppy passes and just not tracking runs. Defensively, he's still not really effective. Conte overran himself today. I remember talking about Aspilicueta in the season where we finished 10th. Aspilicueta was doing the same thing a lot of times. It felt like he was running into spaces where he didn't need to be. He's trying to track down players and he ends up overrunning it, and so he gets turned way too easily. That felt like Conte today. It felt like he was just all over the place to the point where it was too much. He's running past players because they just cut and turn, and he's working too hard, and it's killing himself. And you could see it by the end of the game. He had absolutely run himself to death. Fabregas looked dead. He played a full 90 minutes. I think he played a full 90 minutes. Yeah, he played a full 90 minutes midweek. Plays another 90 minutes here. He looked dead by the end of the game. Defensively, he's having to work hard to try to win the ball back. And then whenever he gets on the ball, his legs are so dead, his passes aren't coming off. So another mistake, in my opinion, by the manager to not have a backup plan here. Not have some sort of way to give him a rest. You got Ampadu on the bench. Why not give him a shot? But whatever the case, yeah, Fabregas, not a great game from him today. And then you get up top, Hazard looked like he got isolated. He had 3 players on him and nobody to play to because there's no movement, and he's only got Morata to look for. And the Morata lack of movement, just not enough. And it's been one of those things where he's gotten a few goals here and there. People are talking about him like, yeah, he's getting the goals, so that's what we need. But honestly, we need more movement from him. And that's one of the things that I think he's got going for him is he does move a lot, but in the past few games he hasn't. And it's hurt us. We haven't had the same sort of attacking flow because we don't have a striker that looks to drop and come to feet. He's always looking to go beyond. Well, whenever you've got a team that bunkers in 10 men, trying to get behind is pretty much saying, hey, try to kick it to the keeper. And that's what we did today. We just kept kicking it to the keeper because that's where Morata's runs were going. Because instead of dropping, coming to feet, and then trying to play, he's either looking to come in behind, or if he does come to feet, he's looking to try to turn and go, and then he gets the ball picked off him because he's got nowhere to turn. He needs to lay it off. So yeah, just today, starting lineup looked poor. All around the field. Defensively, at times we looked okay with Aspilicueta and Christensen, but all around the field, I would say nobody had a good game today. As far as the bench is concerned, Pedro comes on at halftime, didn't really do much. Moses comes on a little bit later, provided some energy down the wings, but just not enough. Looked to dribble way too much. Willian comes on, finally provides a lot more attacking focus, but even then, he's still not providing enough. He's the only player that looked like he had some energy coming off the bench, and one player with energy isn't enough to go win a game or even come back and equalize. So, yeah, that's my spiel. I mean, it's embarrassing. We've lost to Crystal Palace and West Ham now. I mean, you look at our record against the worst London teams. We lost to West Ham, we lost to Crystal Palace, and we tied Arsenal. I mean, that's 3 terrible London teams, and we can't beat any of them. That's embarrassing. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say. There's really nothing else to say. We're awful. We're terrible. We're not going to win the title like this. The only chance we have now is to go get 2 other trophies. Either win the league or the FA Cup and then go win the Champions League. Our focus needs to be there, and Alonso and Cahill do not need to feature in any of those games because they've both been proven to not have enough. So, as I'm getting a call, that's about it for me. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Or your thoughts on this game. Let me know. We can talk about it and discuss all that good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe for future Chelsea reviews. See you guys in the next game. Peace out.